Hello again, all of you cute beans out there, and welcome back to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Hotel Architect. And we've got Conrad down there in the bottom left working on 3D art, so do consider checking him out over at zgf.art. He is available for commission. Also, it is TF Tuesday, so we are using the TF Talkies. So, by all means, transform me to your heart's content, everyone. For now, though, we're in Vegas, baby! We got ourselves a dining room, a restaurant, and kitchen going. I did let it run off-stream. Off-stream, I did get 4 stars, but haven't done anything else with it aside from simply pay off most of our loans. I say most because, well, I took these ones because they had lower interest rates in order to pay off a much higher interest rate loan.
That's the smart way to do it. That's like, that's like getting the better credit card B to pay off the crappy credit card A, which also improves your credit rating.
But now, we really need to expand how much money we're bringing in altogether. And we cannot do that without making more rooms. Because right now, we literally have 5 bedrooms for people to use. That ain't much of a hotel.
Vibro beds, you gotta put a quarter in?
5 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Not vibro. There are no vibrations going on with my beds.
Oh, but Vibro beds, you can charge rooms by the hour.
Bap.
That's why you call it the no-tell motel.
Except for the fact that I am streaming, so of course everything is told.
Yeah, but we're all consenting furries here.
Well, we are, yes. My customers, maybe not so much.
Bah. Well, there's a fur con nearby. Gotta admit, these commercials are getting more and more extravagant, in between watching your stream. Not just drinking a coffee, you're having an experience. I'm just drinking coffee to stay awake,
Yeah. I understand that pain.
Your life, dull, pathetic, worthless. But if you drink our coffee, it becomes sublime, magical, an experience. You should have crap in a cup. Yep, drink crap in a cup.
I don't know about that one. That does not sound appealing.
People skydiving, driving exotic cars, floating on yachts. You're like, I'm just drinking coffee so I can stay awake in my crappy guard job. Like, nobody is drinking this thinking that they're going to get the high life. I mean, at least I hope not.
I wouldn't put it past some people. That's all I'll say on that.
Yeah, we'll put that in the column. It was like the old cigarette ads. Oh boy.
Yeah, caffeine really has kind of become the modern day cigarettes, hasn't it? Everything and everyone is pushing the latest in caffeine and
Oh yeah.
energy drinks.
Oh god, yes. Number of streamers with their own crappy energy drink or whatever is just brutal.
Meanwhile, me over here like, hey, V8, will you sponsor me, please?
Be good streamer. Be like your drinky.
I wouldn't mind my own flavor of V8. It'd be the apple cinnamon one that I loved.
Zim in a cup.
But the
You have an
difference
advertisement.
is, it's actually good for you.
Put Zim in your mouth. Maximum Zim. Diet Zim. Double Frappuccino Zim.
I don't really want to take another loan, but that would be really helpful. No? No. We'll try and make this work.
Say, Sonny, you want another credit card? Yeah.
Oh. Well. Wait, no, it's got an AC. Why are they saying it's too warm in there? What are you going on about, game? Or is it because I opened this and this area doesn't have one?
Probably because that adjoining area, they're getting heat bleed and they're getting pissy.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Look at them. They're walking all around through there going, hey, this room is hot. This is not the room you're staying in. It's under construction. Go away. Blue bat. Well, well. The 80s dance floor. DDR time. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, certain guests want that, so I figured why not.
The number of furries that want it at dance parties now, yeah, it's worth the investment. I think we just recently rebuilt ours.
Oh, for the con?
Yep. It was far cheaper to get the parts and build our own than it was to rent from some little and hope that they didn't lose it on the day of our rental. I mean, it's bad enough when they screw up your music order. It's like, oh, yeah, the speakers you want we don't have because they're at another party, but here, we'll give you these other ones instead. It's like, okay. Lose your entire dance floor, and it's like, yeah, the furries will kind of notice that.
Oh, you mean like how, what happened with, FWA last year? Well, I guess to be fair, they didn't lose their dance floor. No, they just lost the security team and closed down the entire building.
Youch.
Yeah, apparently the security company they hired for it was double booked for a hockey game or something, and they closed down the convention center at like 8 p.m.
Without telling the con?
I don't know. I assume that the con knew, but the furries visiting the con had no idea.
Oh, that's brutal.
Uh-huh. We were just there, and then suddenly they're like, yep, you gotta leave.
Was this on a Sunday night?
Nope. This was, I think, Friday or Saturday. I just know it wasn't Sunday.
Oh, that's brutal. Arg. Yeah, that's a programming script that cost you tons of money in refunds.
You know, maybe I should
yeah,
have demanded a refund for my, or at least partial refund for my ticket over that. It's not like I ever planned to go back to that con.
Well, why? Was it just not to your liking, or? Oh. Is it story time?
Furry Weekend Atlanta has horrendously... Or wait, no, was it? Sorry. Not FWA. FWA was good. This was MFF. Sorry. Though FWA did have a problem, but that wasn't their fault. Apparently the hotel decided, hey, so this is the second biggest convention we host every year. We're going to have all of our escalators out for maintenance and rebuilding during that weekend.
Yeah.
But that was not their fault.
We've had that 2 years in a row.
But, MFF... They have horrendously outgrown that location. They've got to move. I've heard that they cannot because contracts and all that, but this is doing nothing but making it a miserable experience.
And the problem is where do they move to?
Duke.
Literally anywhere else would be better.
Oh, just a second, I'm being paged.
Alright, let's unpause, get them to do some building in here. Alright, we're gonna have 2 more bedrooms, or 4 more bedrooms. Which is almost going to nearly double what we've got on offer here. Rajan. Guess he must be really busy. Or driving. One of the two. Oh, right. I forgot to designate the bathrooms up here. Bloop, bloop. Bloop and bloop. We want windows. Nice big ones. Well, our money is at least steadily going up, so that's a plus. Those can stay there for now. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. That can go there, that goes there. This goes here, that goes there. Rajan! Mwah!
Did anyone reveal the new TF talkie today?
Well, yeah.
Besides Ido?
Oh yeah, ducks.
Oh.
But Dux has been regularly doing that, so... I'll move that to that wall. This
And I'm back.
to that wall. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So yeah, as I was saying before you had to step out, MFF has drastically overgrown their location. And it's caused the experience to be dreadful. Like, to the point of don't bother going.
Too busy, too hard to get a hotel, too hard to get registration.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Literally, it is... They go ahead.
I just want to say regarding registration, I don't know what magic bullcrap TFF did this year, but they need to give that technology to all the other conventions.
Yeah, TFF was surprisingly really easy.
When you're one of the bigger cons and your registration goes so fast that that it's actually pointless to get a sponsor pass because it's just immediate. Weird.
I just wish I had known that that was how it was gonna go before I got the sponsor pass, cause that was the one con that I actually got a sponsor pass, and it was the one con where it mattered not at all.
I know. So the previous years, the line at TFF was pretty decent. I wouldn't say it was quite MFF tier, but it was it was pretty decent. I remember the first year I went, I was just a regular attendee, and I think that was like a 2-hour line wait.
Man, you guys wait in line?
But then for some reason this year, like, not only were the sponsors just immediately going into registration and getting done, so were the attendees. I don't think there was ever a line that just like grew to more than like a couple dozen people.
Yeah, knock on wood, our reg was very fast this year. And thankfully we are moving hotels for 2028. I always cheat for cons.
Then there was FM's registration.
Oh, bad website?
So, Furry Migration, for some reason, closed their registration a few weeks prior to the convention actually starting. Which was unfortunate for myself and Raijin and a few others who kind of forgot to register.
Uh-oh.
So we went to there, showed up in the line.
I didn't forget. I just want to say I didn't forget. I just, because of all the other things, I didn't want to put the money towards the registration yet. And every other convention, I've been able to pre-reg up to the day of. So I was like, it'll be fine. Then a few weeks out, I'm looking to register, and registration's already closed.
Yeah.
Weeks out.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we've done that too. Like,
Furry Migration's,
cap.
The other thing there is also that their systems went down.
Oh, that's always fun.
Okay. It's not just that the systems went down. So we got in the line while we were waiting in the line. We were told we had to register online anyway. Mm-hmm. So we went through the entire process of what pre-reg would have been, except we had to do it while standing in line. So, you know, doubly, what's the fucking point? Then, after a pretty decent wait for what's only a couple thousand people at that convention, it wasn't insane, but it was a decent wait. Long enough for Zim to pull out his balls and show them to everyone. We get through, we get to the front. All of us get our badges except for Zim, and then their systems go down, and we're just waiting there for an hour for them to get it back going.
Yeah, we've had a few cons that I've either attended or my own con where it's like, the internet goes out, or the router dies, or something.
Which I'm not gonna give them like they are fighting a lot of things to go right. I understand that kind of stuff happens. I'm just pissed off about the pre-reg thing. Why was it closed weeks beforehand, and then we had to register through the website anyway?
Someone closed it early thinking you'd hit cap and then didn't bother reinitializing it until too late. Sleep well, Kenku.
Night, Kenku.
Good night, Kenku. But yeah, back to MFF. It was so packed. Every single panel had a line. If you didn't arrive about a half hour early, you were just not getting into the panel. The dealer's den was just hard concrete across the entire thing, and it was such a line to get in. They gave out these passes that were supposed to be, you show up at this time on your pass and you get in at that time. But no, you show up at that time to go wait in a line for an hour to finally get in.
Ow. Yeah, that'll be a
No,
hard
Zim,
no.
it was you show up at that time to wait in a line for an hour, to then move to another line that you wait in for 15 more minutes.
You're right. That was how it went.
I'm spoiled. I've never had to do these waits.
Also, the thing about the concrete, like, so I work at Walmart. I'm on concrete every night for 9 to 10 hours, just walking several miles. MFF hurt my feet in a way that Walmart never has.
Yeah.
So that was impressive.
It makes you wonder, though. Like, I mean, you look at the logistics of the con and hotel space plus convention space, and you go, okay, within 50 miles, find a facility that can accommodate this. That's probably what's got them buggered.
I'm pretty sure that there are other
in
convention
MFF's case. I know a lot of it is. There are. I think a lot of it is just a lack of volunteers. Plus that weird thing that happened Saturday where they had to close down the convention hall early because they didn't have security, because security went to work a hockey game that same night because they were double booked.
I wonder if the
like that kind of
convention
thing.
went after
That's administrative. Sorry, what was that?
I was about to say, it's like, if the con wasn't notified that the security company had overbooked themselves, I wonder if the convention went after the security company for damages, because that's, clearly a liability and loss for the con.
Maybe. And I mean, that's administrative stuff, and I'm kind of forgiving of that. But just like the stupidity of the attempt with the dealer's den passes where you show up, then you get to wait in a line, just to wait in another line to finally get into the dealer's den. That's just stupid.
Well, especially because they didn't tell anybody. There was no information that was going to be the case.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh yeah, that's who was it that even told us in the first place? Because some people were getting it during like their registration, and then they just stopped telling people. I think it was like Seda told us because they did registration a few hours before us.
I'm pretty sure it was Octo.
Oh, okay, Octo did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And like we had no clue about that, so we would have been trying to go to the dealer's den without one of those passes.
And then getting laughed at and told, you have no pass, no soup. Youch. And oh man. Yep, I'm spoiled. I've never had to do any of these line waits for these fur cons. Knock on wood.
But there's just a lot of problems going on, like with the general vicinity of MFF, and I don't necessarily blame it all on MFF. It's just like I don't want to go back there again. Like the food situation, since it's in Rosemont, all you have around for miles is just pizza, unless you shuttle to the mall and then get mall food. Those were the choices.
In which the shuttle for the mall decided to just stop running without notice.
Wow, that sounds like Cascade Failure Con, man. Jeez.
So, well, okay, that one was, I went to the mall to get some food Sunday, like, afternoon, and I could have easily walked back to the con, but I didn't feel like walking because I was already so sick of everything at that point. So I was just waiting for the shuttle. And I had the website open that was showing the shuttle trackers. And every time they would start turning to head towards the mall, the tracker would just drop them off the map. And I was so confused about that. And I waited for like an hour for what should have been like a 15-minute wait before I finally give up and decide to start walking back to the convention space. And on my way, I find out I'm going past a theater hall or something where they're doing a showing of, I think it was the Nutcracker, and the traffic was just it was a thing. So like the shuttles had to stop going because they literally couldn't get to the mall anyway.
Ouch.
But there was nothing on the website tracker saying that they stopped doing that. So I was just sitting there waiting for a shuttle that was never going to come.
Yeah, that's Cascade Failure Con. Like, brutal.
My experience with MFF could mostly be summed up with to go between the convention space and the hotel space, which there are activities for the con in both of these. You have to walk like, it's like a quarter-mile hallway. And all I can remember about that con is just walking that hallway back and forth.
But did we have fun?
I had fun there because of the people that I was there with, not because of the con. I would have had more fun just having everybody come visit me. Or go visit them, or something like that.
I had so much unfun. There was a day Era and I were trying to get drunk, and we were actively drinking a Bloody Mary, and we just got so pissed off at the convention that we sobered up immediately. And we couldn't get drunk for the rest of the day.
Man, that's brutal.
This one wasn't my fault. I should have been more careful about checking. But one of the big things that I want to do MFF for is because that is the Mahjong con for furries. That's the biggest Mahjong scene among furries. A couple of other bigger cons will have Mahjong meetups, but at MFF, there are a lot of people that go and show up, and it's literally just like 14 hours of Mahjong for the entire weekend. And that's the life I wanted. That's what I wanted at MFF. It was like, I wanted to spend all my time playing Mahjong and maybe some time cuddling them, but mostly Mahjong.
So basically early Anthrocon days.
But it turns out all of the people that meet up for Mahjong actually do it at a completely different hotel. So like this entire time I was looking around trying to find where all the Mahjong was. And like I went to the Mahjong night for the convention itself, but the actual like hardcore Mahjong groups are just in a completely different hotel, and I never saw any of them. And that one kind of tilted me. And it's like, now I know if I ever go back to MFF, I'm not even going to do the convention. I'm not going to register for it. I don't care about it. I'm literally just going to go to the other hotel and be there for Mahjong.
Can't blame you if that's what you're happy for. But yeah, you guys have touched on one of the big problems with FurCons more and more is a growing lack of volunteers, but also staff too, because we're aging the heck out.
I don't think that I don't think MFS problem was a lack of staff. I don't think more staff would have helped the problem. More staff / volunteers, you know.
Well, they've got
I don't know. Maybe not the staff, but I definitely think they. Yeah, like they could have had more people shouting out how the dealer's den was going to work. They could have had more people trying to keep the convention space navigable because it was impossible to walk around in the main convention space.
Yep.
It's just too small.
You
The
know,
convention
all that kind of stuff.
space, it was just too small.
Yeah, but you have traffic people there to say, it's like, look, stop stopping in the middle and consulting your phone, or 6 fursuiters standing for pictures. Lean against a wall, take a picture there, or go over there.
They
is a
had
walkway.
people doing that stuff there, and it wasn't really helping.
Ouch.
The place is just too small.
That is definitely part of it. I also kind of think, and I promise this isn't me like necessarily shaking my fist at the younger people, but I do kind of wonder, because I felt like the convention makeup of attendees at MFF trended towards the younger side of the furries, whereas a lot of the other ones, I feel like there's a much more solid distribution. And I wonder if there's kind of this case where obviously all the younger people want to do it because they don't want to miss out all their other friends doing that one specifically. So that's part of why it exploded. But also the younger furs haven't been a part of the community long enough to have developed that sense of ownership and desire to keep things stable. So there's not going to be as many natural volunteers from the younger people as there would be from the older people.
Well, I know there are several fur cons.
Which
Go ahead.
I guess it might be more accurate to say not necessarily explicitly because of the younger furs, but because MFF isn't grassroots anymore.
MFF is now the Big Boy Con, which means anyone wants to go to Big Boy Con so they can be seen and see the people and do the thing. AKA, they're not Furry Con.
Even TF, yeah, even TFF, that one, it does suffer these problems a little bit, but I know that the DFW, like, furry community still has a pretty solid collection. I didn't really get that impression from Chicago / Rosemont. It's certainly not like MN Furs.
Oh, let's hope that, and they're in, a couple of months, that they've fixed some of the big problems by now? Well, by the sounds of it, their biggest problem is too many people, which is easily solved by, the unpopular hard cap. Like, if 18,000 is too busy, okay, hard lock at 15 until we go to a new place, or 17 or whatever.
You think they're gonna do that?
The unpopular culling.
If you have to, you have to. We had. Like, the fire marshal says, if we catch you past cab, we just start throwing people out, and they don't come back. I don't know how it is stateside, but I know here they're very aggressive at doing that. It's like, we don't care if you're VIP.
If I could afford it. If I could afford the several $100s it would take to do the hotel, I would go to MFF just to play Mahjong in the other hotel and watch from a distance and see how bad it is this year. But I don't have the several $100s for that, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, nobody likes being the con that puts a cap on numbers because of space. But I mean, you have to. I mean, unless you really like eating disgustingly big fines or worse. Now, we have a convention that doesn't care because they make so much money. It's basically, yeah, here's the fine money. Yeah, thank you.
What con is that?
That would be TFF or TFE or whatever they call themselves. Basically, Toronto Fan Expo. They had 150 guests this year, and I mean, we had people like Shatner. So it's like, if you could afford to have Shatner basically just show up for a couple hours, be his sour, grumpy self, and whip off autographs on crap, yeah, you could afford the pity $50,000 fine for busting cap. Now, the only other problem is depending on how, cranky the fire marshal and staff are feeling, they just start badging people. It's like, you're at cap, nobody comes in until X number leave. And they don't care if it's someone like Shatner, all the way down to Joe Nobody. So, it can get spicy at times. Like telling someone like Shatner, no, you get to sit outside for another hour until cap drops. Like, oh, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that one. Trying to figure out why, but I mean, it had to be Shatner. I mean, they've got Michael J. Fox as the first one, Shatner's second, and then the third is the Doctor, also from Back to the Future. Like, why not have those two sitting side by side since they're besties?
I mean, the people that do the layouts for stuff, I swear I swear nobody's got any idea what they're doing at half these cons.
That's true, but you get up to a certain level of people, and it's like, you can't be screwing this up because their agent will be constantly calling, going, it's like, oh, did you put in the right color of M&Ms? Oh, are the curtains facing east? Like, between their agents and the staff and your insurance, unless someone's deliberately done that just, because someone threw a hissy fit, that's the only way I could see them screwing it up. Since it's Shatner, I mean, he does have a rap. But just seeing him sitting there at his table with that just look on his face, like, I have to feed the monkeys. Fine.
By the way, Geeman, what were you noting down for future info?
Probably hash browns. for ways to avoid, convention lineups that are, legit. We're getting paid to attend a convention accidentally by once. God, that
You
was
what?
fun. Oh, this was at Gen Con. I think it was the first year that they'd moved to Indianapolis. And we show up for registration on Thursday. All the printers have gone down. Windows Update had just bricked them. So, I mean, it is just an absolute feeding frenzy in there for people trying to get registration. So me being the typical Canadian, I just quietly ask, like, do you need a hand? Bad mistake. So basically for the next 3 hours, I get drafted as a screamer to hand bomb and scream. It's like, you now have a registration. You can leave this mess. Apparently they were so impressed with that, they basically refunded my entire registration, and they gave me back a quarter of my hotel fee for the entire stay of the con.
Very nice.
I was like, yeah, I'm basically getting paid to be at the con this year. So, of course, when my friend found out, he kind of got a bitter look on his face about that. It's like, you had the same opportunity. Like, you could have volunteered, but no, you wanted to go and get drinking. So it's like, sucks to be you.
Yeah, when it came to furry migration, honestly, the only issue I had with that con was just registration. I didn't have any other problems there.
I've attended so many good American fur cons over the decades. It's like, they're almost all good memories.
I definitely...
Sadly, several of them don't. Oh, go ahead.
Probably I think my best experience that I've had at a con so far was furry migration. TFF was good, but furry migration was the best experience I had. But it also turned out that I knew, like, a whole bunch of people that were there, so... I didn't even realize that I knew so many people going to it.
That's a blessing. I've got the opposite problem. I go to these cons, and most of the time I get drafted as, like, emergency staff or volunteer because, like, we need some people for this. Sure.
See, Zim, I think TFF would have been the best con if you just went to that Dr. Pepper panel.
While I'm sure it was fun, that does not necessarily mean that it would have, I mean, that TFF was not bad. I want that noted.
I think... So, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, well, I think the biggest problem you had, I don't know if you'll agree, was you ended up trying to go to all of the most popular panels, especially because you were babysitting some pets that wanted to do all the popular panels. But experiencing some of the less popular but extremely interesting panels would have helped balance that out a lot.
Well, I didn't recall having issues with TFF at all. It was just a... Yeah, it was an experience. It wasn't good, wasn't bad. It was at least better than MFF. But that's also a very low bar to... Huh?
You could have been a pepper.
Yeah.
I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. But I remember going to a panel at TFF because Jericho was interested. It was I think it was just straight up called accounting for furries or something like that. But it was supposed to be like how to approach doing your taxes and stuff like that as a business owner. And normally, I would be very interested in that kind of thing. But as you've discovered, because of how I normally work the night shift when I'm flipping my schedule to do day stuff like conventions, I get inflicted with sleepy bitch disease. We showed up at that panel, and I just like immediately fell asleep in my chair for the entirety of the panel.
I know. It's cute.
Because at FM, there was that one day that Era went for a nap, and I was also planning to only take a nap. And instead, the only thing I remember is waking up to something about pizza, then going back to sleep.
Yeah.
Naps are sneaky. They're minding your own business, and next thing you know, you wake up 4 hours later, there's marker doodles all over your face, and
Well, that's not naps being sneaky. That is those you're around being sneaky.
yeah, but it was you who fell asleep without, putting out the sacred warning signs. Sort of like the folks who fall asleep in the bathtub because they partied too hard and they wake up and don't remember where they are or whose room they're in. Like, that's a you problem there. If you fall asleep in someone's bathtub and you don't remember what room you're in or what hotel you're in, yeah, that's a you problem. Even I found them sleeping under tables in the lobby before.
Yeah, furry. I have seen some crazy things at cons already. And I'm sure I probably have... I was about to say, I'm sure I'm probably one of the crazy things for other people. You know, somebody just sitting there with a whole bunch of tennis balls giving them out.
There's this guy walking around the hotel says, "You want to touch my balls? Want one?"
Man, I loved giving those out, though.
But at least you weren't sleeping under a table.
Yeah.
Now, dealers we found doing that because they're just act and they couldn't make it back to their hotel room. That's one thing. Go random at 3 o'clock in the morning in the lobby, passed out under a table, and it's like, no, that's something different.
Mwah, the right chin.
Even worse, Kieran, when they wake up and they realize that their ride has already left to go home. Like, that's a U-shaped problem. We don't have private cars to drive X number of hours to get you to your home because you passed out in someone else's room and blew your ride off. Like, whoops. Convention you attend, there's always going to be at least one story. If you haven't participated in it, you'll hear it and go, wow, that sounds kind of insert verb here.
Yeah, that's Weirny.
Yeah, Weirny will just disappear at conventions and... We have no idea where he goes. I'm not sure he actually even knows.
Yeah, when he was up here for MyCon for the 1 year, it was very hard to find him. And it's like, we're not that well, like, super sized for hiding, but it's like, yeah, if you're just crashing in people's rooms or, you know, crashing in people's rooms or whatever, it's like, hey, you know, room parties are cool.
Let me put it this way for Weirny. I think it was the previous year's TFF. He was telling a story about how he was under some questionable influences and in a perhaps not entirely legal state of mind at the top floor of the hotel doing God knows what. And the fire alarm goes off. And he and his group of friends think that it's his fault.
To be fair, if a fire alarm goes off, I will personally also assume it's Weirny.
Jeez. I didn't know he had that much of a con party rep.
Oh no, this isn't because con party stuff, this is just, it's Weirny. He likes fire. Perhaps a little too much.
Oh.
I picked that story and censored it to be a reasonable level because some of the other stories I can't just say on stream.
Well, he hasn't woken up in a dumpster behind a Denny's at 3 in the morning. He hasn't gotten too far yet.
So about that.
Oh. You know someone who has suffered the infamous Denny dumpsters?
We were just talking about Wernie.
Oh my. I know 2 people who suffered it, but that's only because they did bad things at the convention and people didn't appreciate it. Then again, this was back at Gen Con decades ago when they still gave like legitimate cash prizes for certain game tournaments. So, harshing on people's mallow so you can go to another event and screwing up their game, you know, just to be a dick is like, yeah, that invited the dumpster beating. Gives himself at Furcons.
What was that?
So it certainly sounds like Wernimal enjoys himself at Furcons.
Enjoy is a word.
Hey, look, someone we were talking about earlier. Hi, Era.
Hello, Era.
You like Pillow and Blanky? Sharing convention stories, Era. It's all good times. Ooh, that doesn't sound fun at all, Era. I'm sorry.
Ooh, yeah. Sorry to hear, Era.
Extra kindness for you. Kieran, that's isn't that the line where, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder?
Alright, there we go. If you're gonna complain about that tiny little thing not being decorated, then stop going in there!
What is that? Just the broom closet?
It's the start of another room. I just didn't actually finish it yet because I wound up... I overcalculated how big
Out of
this
money.
room would be. But now they just keep going in there. I put a door there just so people wouldn't get trapped in there, you know, but now they keep walking in for some reason.
People being people. Wonderful world of people.
Alright, we'll get these rooms set up. Actually, I gotta go with that. We'll have this one be a nice big bathroom. Another 4-star review. Hooray! Anyway. Put a door there. Door there. And this room gets the door here. Grab the white door for the bathroom. Mwah, the right chin. And speed up time. Yeah, I've got everything researched, all upgraded and everything. Just waiting at this point. Stop complaining about the temperature in a sauna. It's supposed to be hot in there.
People being people. You speak English in Canada? I still remember that question. Like, I've been talking to you for 10 minutes. Do you speak English in Canada? No, I've been faking it this last 10 minutes, lady.
Why are you in a bad mood? Well, your mood is improving. Not sure why you were in a bad mood in the first place. Unless you were one of the ones that keeps wandering out into the dark or into the hot area and being like, why is it hot?
Why is this closet so dull? Because it's a closet.
You know, that would have been hilarious for him to do, Era. And then again, do you even know French? Takesh?
I used to know French because it was forced French immersion, but at that time I was lucky I knew Parlez-vous le français.
True, Era. Just fake it. Yeah.
Yep. Ho ho ho, croissant? Poutine? Oui, oui, I poutine.
Most people won't be able to say, they won't be able to say, no, what are you doing? You're speaking gibberish.
Roma delle Batho?
Omelette du fromage.
You just gotta wing it. I mean, when you're on these, vacation tourist things, it's like, expect people to be a little extra on the weird side. I just wish we'd stop, running into ickies when we're going to conventions.
Ickies?
Fatal accidents.
Ah.
Like, one involved a tanker truck. That was unfun.
I can imagine.
And the second one involved a flatbed truck and rolled steel.
Oh.
Yeah. I had to explain to my friends, there's a reason why there's no truck. Like, yeah, that steel roll that's 300 feet in that cornfield and there's no truck, there's a reason for that. You don't want to know. They asked me. I told them. They didn't want to know. The fun way of talking to truck drivers when I was a security guard for, of all things, a transport company. a sense of humor. It's like, this truck. Yes, if you see anything wrong with this truck, call me first. Why am I supposed to call you first? So I could leave the city before it explodes.
Ah, yes, yes. Makes sense.
One of those, it was carrying very bad things. It was like, it has so many warning signs on it, I couldn't figure out what the heck it was carrying. So that's when I asked the driver. The driver said, talk to the manager. The manager said, oh, that truck. Yeah, here's my number. Call me if anything happens. Wild days of the 80s. When you could pull up with a truck with 3 tires on fire.
There's so many of these walls that are like, I don't like the looks of them, but they are technically the best thing to put into the rooms and such. But I don't want to because I would prefer to stick with this other combo. But no, I'm not allowed because I got to go with the best.
Obey the customer.
Well, contrary to popular opinion, the customer is not always right.
That may be true, but with the dwindling tourism numbers, you kind of need to suck it up a little more to lure the happy people in. At least you hope they're happy.
Sometimes not even then, Kieran. Sometimes not even then.
At least the best thing about fur cons is no matter who you're or what you're attending it for, there's always something to do.
This is true. It's just a question of whether it's something you want to do.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. It's like, I got kicked out of my own room because they wanted to have a fun party, and it's like, I want to go to bed. That happened to me at my own con, too. That sucked. Uh, At least they had fun in the bed. So, I mean, you know. I got a nap in a chair somewhere, if I recall correctly.
Oh, so not even you remember what you did.
No, I got bounced out of my own room, so I basically just went, well, I kind of need to get some sleep, and I think I went to the lobby and passed out in a chair for a couple hours.
Why has nobody booked any rooms?
See? You gotta really grovel now for these tourist dollars.
I think it's because I have construction told to be done in those rooms. That's my best guess.
The economy just hasn't been the same ever since Disney took over Star Wars.
Well, after losing another $4.5 billion in a week, Disney's not in a good mood. I'm sure somebody will be told to walk the plank for that one.
What I would give for more companies to follow Nintendo's suit all those years ago, where it's like, ah, yes, the company's failing. Well, we're the leadership, we're gonna take the hit. We can still afford all of our toys and everything, so we're not even gonna feel it.
Now, modern day Nintendo is, we own the rights to character fights and jumping.
Yeah.
You lived long enough to become your own villain.
I am just waiting for them to piss off somebody else that's as big as they are. Or bigger. Because they are on a fast track to doing so.
They've just decided that, Evil Company of the Year award will firmly be in our grubby little hands, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's surprising that I haven't heard any nasty stuff out of EA lately.
What's left of EA?
Yeah, that's true. They've been
they're
keeping very quiet.
They don't got much to advertise. They don't got much money, and frankly, they don't got anything left to spend. I mean, heck, if it wasn't for the constant meme jokes about, we got this before GTA 6, I think most of the game industry was just having a coma nap. I mean, I've been seeing more news about Furry independent games and, revision number 6 of this game versus anything new and good.
Well, I mean, yeah, they've done some cancellations and such, Kieran, but I don't really consider that to be a bad on the company, personally. Well, I mean, it's one of those where my opinion is they should sell the IP if they're not going to do anything with it. Let somebody else take care of it. Like Dungeon Keeper.
Oh, they're doing a Hasbro. Buy up the smaller companies with games that might be a competition to you, and then destroy the IP. Just sit on it like a dragon. Like we're just waiting for the right kind of offer for such a valuable IP, aka they want billions of dollars and 90% of the royalty. Oh, many
Okay,
good
so
games
now that
they
these
can
rooms are getting
re-release.
done, it looks like people are renting them again. Okay, cool. I was kind of hoping that we could finish the renovations without people having to be not checked in, but I guess that makes sense. And now everything is rented
Hey,
out.
at least your escalators work.
I don't have escalators. I have one elevator and 2
See?
staircases.
Even better. Money, 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 money.
Well, yes. That is kind of the name of the game. Had to take out a loan.
Ah, you've been transformed. It's only been an hour and a half.
Yay!
But you're back to human.
Oh.
Your monkey paw transformation. You've been transformed. Yay! To a different human. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's when you see the monkey paw curl up the middle finger and you're like, yeah, yeah, you got me. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking up earthquake videos.
Why?
Oh, they're talking about a mega quake hitting somewheres soon that'll affect the United States. They're just trying to pinpoint which fault goes first.
Ah.
Like as I said, there's 3 big faults that are currently locked up at the moment, and you've got Japan, you've got the China fault, and then there's most of the California coast and the Canada coast one that's jimmy jammed up. So it's just a race to see which one finally blows first.
I suppose race is one word for it.
Well, with the solar maximum coming shortly, and with all the recent mega quakes that one particular area in Russia's been having, they're going. It's starting to look like these faults actually are deeply interlinked in ways we have yet to be able to determine. mean, and they are fascinating videos. I mean, in a grim dark, laughing as you walk past the cemetery at midnight sort of thing, but
You've got an interesting definition of fascinating. Just saying.
oh, I know. My brother used to collect newspaper clippings of airplane disasters for some reason, which he could never really explain.
Alright, put all those in. That can go there. Gotta get some sinks in here. Oh, right, AC units. I gotta put those in.
Claus has a question for you, Zim.
I don't know. Probably does. Actually, I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, it's got sandbox. I've never done the sandbox. I generally don't do any game sandbox mode personally. I prefer having goals and such to work towards. That there, that there. This here, here. Yeah, sorry, Claus. I get a little focused in on here. Just my kind of game, you know?
As we said, this is another one of those games that, 5 minutes later, and it's like, oh, it's morning so soon.
Yeah, I didn't realize how long I'd been doing this even. I only got 20 minutes left before I was planning to end. It sucks.
You streamed, you entertained people, you were entertained. Hey, you know.
Well, yeah, but I want to keep going.
Yes, but you have EP to do.
I know. Stupid sleep.
Nice comfy bed. Nice soft pillow.
Stupid sleep.
Yeah, insomnia is really a pain, ain't it?
Yes, yes it is.
But can I just get to sleep instantly, not the hour, hour and a half, whatever of toss, turn, flip, flop, bounce, shake, shimmy?
Yeah. Would be really nice.
Yeah, that's why I've had to cut my caffeine down to like, before X time at night, and it's like, well, that's really helped.
I wish the problem were caffeine.
Oh, that's just one of the many problems, but I mean, that's definitely helped. Another one is having, too quiet a room. If it's like as it is right now, where it's perfectly still outside, there's no background noise or nothing. It's like, now I can't sleep because my mind starts imagining noises.
What do you mean by less overhead, Claus? Wait, can the safes just be put anywhere? No, they can't. So I'm going to forever be unable to, actually put in the... I'm gonna... Probably my biggest complaint about this game is that they've got all of this extra furniture that needs to be stuffed in here. And it's like, where? Sure, people don't need actual floor space at all, but I still don't have anywhere to actually put all this stuff. We gotta put a safe in there. We gotta put an ironing board, a mini bar, and... I don't have room for all of it. I haven't run into anything like that, Claus. But I don't know what Sweet Home 3D is, so... Oh, I made this for the upper crust. Why is it not available to them? Oh, minimum room size 30. I guess it didn't actually, encompass 30 tiles. Well, I don't think that this is really what you're going to be looking for an architectural planner. This is a game. You got somewhat limited stuff. You're meant to actually, go through and unlock things and whatnot. I know, right, Blue Bat? Oh, not a problem there. Not a problem, Claus. All right. It's time for an entire floor dedicated to the casino. I don't know if I need that much space for the casino, but that's what I'm going with. Oh, Claws, I've been PNG tubing or VTubing for years now. I'd probably say 5, maybe 6 years. No, actually, probably longer. Um, oh, wait, you're meaning like the TF Talkies. Those I bring out every now and then, especially on Tuesday. It's, you know, Transformation Tuesday. TF Tuesday. So I have the TF Talkies, and you can change me through over 50 different forms. Raijin just brought up the potions list, so you can go see what all different forms there are. And what combination of potion redeems will get you there.
But remember, he's not a TF-aholic.
Alright, well, we got 14 guest rooms. The rest of this hotel will probably be dedicated to bedrooms. Actually, I guess we do need a spa. I might move my bar and put the spa in its place. Because this bar is a little more cramped than I would like.
You know, this is the first time I've actually looked at Ido's spreadsheet, and Zem, I think you have a problem.
What do you mean? Okay, Claus? What do you mean by dangerous? Is there a different option that you recommend? Because I could definitely say a, you know, lazy boy chair or armchair. That's not exactly something you can get up to a desk with. Even though that would be far more comfortable.
Well, for just $6,000, you can get that Scorpion gaming chair computer set up.
Doesn't support my weight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like kneeling chairs.
I don't think that would work for my body.
When we move, there's a new kind of kneeling chair that I want to get. It basically looks like a stool with a extra big seat underneath it. So it'll support a variety of positions like kneeling and also
Oh, that one.
crossing your legs and yeah. I mean, what Claus is saying is fair. Gaming chairs are kind of not great, but also at the same time, it's a lot better than what we used to have available, which were crap. It's just that getting really, really good chairs is very expensive, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't exactly have a huge amount of money to just throw at getting random chair and hoping it works. Especially because most things are not made for somebody of my size. I've... Exploding?
Zim is exploding.
I have never heard of that happening. I don't think you could say it's notorious when I've never heard of that happening. Okay, so everything that I am looking, because I looked this up. I've looked this up, and apparently, like, the only case of that happening that I'm seeing was in China.
Yep, the China one.
But that is from very cheaply made chairs that are poorly, you know, very poorly made.
Yep. Tofu dreg, they call them. You should see their skyscrapers, or their trains, or their railway bridges. Or not, if you like to sleep at night.
This is a, sure, it is technically a possibility. but it is so minute of one, I probably have a better, more likely chance of, you know, randomly dying of a blood clot right now, kind of thing. Or getting struck by lightning or such, you know.
Or your closet opening up into Narnia. I still love how much the average furry hates that one particular part of the Narnia series.
Which one?
Where the annoying brat kid gets turned into the dragon, and it's like, but I don't want to be a dragon, it's horrible, it's a curse, wah. Meanwhile, the fandom's like, you ungrateful brat. You've been turned into a dragon, you've got your own horde, it's literally bursting with magical goodies and whatnot. Heck, you've got your own island. Nah. I want to be turned back into boring Augustus Gloop and go back to the chocolate factory. Wah. Ugh.
I guess I don't really need that much space up here, actually.
It's such a heavy-handed attempt to try and hammer a morality lesson over, and it's like, you could have done it so much less obvious. Like, it was about as subtle as a baseball bat between the eyes. I mean, I gotta admit, the CGI effects in the movie were great. Like, I mean, the Minotaurs looked like actual Minotaurs. They gave them hooves for crying out loud, and tails.
Ah, yes, because tails are something that is usually non-existent for the majority of Hollywood.
Yeah. But, oh, look, Hellsing, that's the greatest werewolf transformation I've ever seen. Why is his butt naked? You spent all that money. Oh, go ahead.
I can't think about Minotaurs in movies without thinking about that one movie that did a Minotaur and just deadass showed it naked with his junk hanging out. And I have no idea what movie it was. I just distinctly know, like, there's a movie out there that just has, like, a completely naked Minotaur with all the stuff swinging around.
That sounds like one of those 80s obscure movies they show at 3 in the morning. That's right up there with the anime I watched where the only way to get into the robot, she had to crawl up through his bum hole. It's like, okay. But this was the kind of movies they showed at like 3 o'clock in the morning in the open screening room at Gen Con. It was like, this was on the guy's hard drive, and he just said, play this one next.
Okay, yeah, that's where I want that. I guess for evenness, I'll put it over, expand this as well.
Time to ring the Zim bell. Ding, 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 ding.
What, for me to go to bed?
You're up past curfew, son. I'm turning the internet off. Oh, they were, Claus. They were. Like anime that, I think the acronym was MOOM, because you'd sort of make that gagging, trying not to barf noise watching some of the parts of certain animes. You were like, how did you even make this? Where's the quote, Clockwork Orange? It's time for the old ultra violence. No, we're going to animate it now in painful detail.
Oh, you mean like what they did with, what they've made the animators do in Mortal Kombat for years now? Legit making
Yeah.
some of them have to go to therapy over it.
Yeah. And then trying to give them some of the most absurd descriptions, like a heartwarming tale of a 12-year-old and his sentient robot as they fight off the evil forces of unpronounceable Japanese name. So why does he have to crawl through its butthole? Like, what the hell were you people smoking?
Okay, I think I found the movie, and I now know why I know about this, despite having never watched the movie. The movie is called Your Highness, and
That's it?
I'll let me describe something, or let me say what's listed here in an IMDb parental guide. A minotaur chases two men and a woman. The minotaur corners one of the men and does something that involves a very inappropriate word for YouTube. And he is interrupted when another man stabs the minotaur in the back. To collect a trophy, one of the men tries to cut off one of the horns of the minotaur, but is failing to. So he decides to cut something off and uses that as a necklace.
Yep.
And it is featured frequently throughout the movie.
Yep. Your Highness,
Okay.
film, TV tropes. I have 14 links open at the moment for the YouTube Your Highness Minotaur scene. It's like, it's that infamous, apparently. It's an adventure comedy.
Sure.
Ooga? Tanka Credu.
Aw, I can't read TV tropes because it wants me to disable my ad blocker. Heck no. Like, disable ad blocker, subscribe, or go away. How about no?
I will pick the go away option.
Like, it'd be interesting to know more, but I could just watch the YouTube video if I need to. Like, eh. But again, I mean, Canada did do the satanic furry movie back in the day, so you know we're not innocent when it comes to making those weird, naughty, what the heck were they thinking cartoons as well. And we made the Rock movie about it. Good old Nirvana and rock and rule. Well, the first one is called The Devil and Daniel Mouse, which is very naughty, satanic, har har, because it's literally the devil. And then they made the full-length movie, which was basically rock and rule, which was also all furries.
I remember, I think it was Little Nicky, where there was a part of the scene where the devil puts boobs on the head of one of his minions or something like that. And I remember seeing that when I was very, very young. And that one confused me.
I will eat your
heart out.
And then later in the movie, the demon boyfriend is, fondling the boobs on the head, and he's getting the giggles, and I think they actually get married.
Oh God. So, even now, I don't know how to feel about that. And I've had a very confusing journey with my sexuality. So, I think I'm going to blame Little Nicky for most things wrong in my life.
Is that why we can't mention pineapple around you?
Wait, what? What's wrong?
Oh,
with...
the joke about pineapple and Little Nicky.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
No. The bottom shelf. Oh, yeah. Certain people took that one horribly bad.
Okay. So there's also I'm like notoriously bad with names, and that includes like movie names. I've separated it in my mind at this point, but there was also another movie that I remember watching a lot at the same time as having watched Little Nicky. My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you guys have seen that movie.
No. Heard of.
I like that movie, and I don't know why I like it. But for some reason, in my mind when I was younger, those two movies just kind of merged.
Wish Ren was here. So you turned a can of Coke into a Pepsi. Like, yes, when even the Satanic Bulldog is like, that's the best evil you can get, Coke into Pepsi? Rookie.
To be fair, that is pretty evil. The funny thing about Pepsi, out of everything, if there's going to be a cola that I'm drinking that tastes like Pepsi, Pepsi is like the lowest tier of the Pepsi tastes. Like, give me an RC cola.
Well, that should be a big enough bar to go with our casino right here. Granted, neither of them are going to be open for a while because I gotta finish them, but you know.
So do you have anything important to get up for that you need to have? Or just you want to keep your sleep schedule to a vague semblance?
Well, it's not like I'd be going to bed right away anyways.
So, vague semblance.
More of it's my general time to end anyways. People! I specifically did not enable this. It is closed right now.
Scar dev time?
I could possibly do that tonight, yeah. Also, I'm kind of in the mood to host a movie night.
What, right now or tonight?
After stream. Good night, Claus. Thanks for coming by.
Night, Claus.
They're sitting here
Nice. To get your casino
Oh,
item up and
one
running,
sec.
select the item and deposit money into its cash reserve. Don't worry, you can withdraw funds at any time. You can also adjust the allowed bet size. Bigger bets will attract higher tier guests, but they'll also require a larger cash reserve.
Sorry, there was a little bit of dialogue. Apparently my casino is going to require that I put money into the machines before I can really enable them. Okay, so I am going to need many tables for all the different varieties of guests. I'm hoping I do not need to have a staff member for each and every table. Ooh, this one hypnotizes people. Definitely hiring them. I don't know how many of them I need, so I'm going to put in those 3 for now. This one's got a low rate, low interest rate, so we'll take that loan and get this one finished. Now we just unlocked this tile, so I'm gonna put this in my casino. Oh god, that is way too busy. We'll go with this one instead. Yeah, the inverse of that other room. That works. Now, we need to put in some decorations for this room. Well, for both of them, really. But I'm not entirely certain where I'm going to be ending up with everything in this room, so we'll just do that for now.
A little of this, a little of that.
My main concern right now is the center of the room. But I can put plants there. And I guess this thing. Sure. Some kind of weird statue, I don't know. Will you people stop coming up here? You're all coming up here, then complaining about the quality of stuff that's still being built! These rooms are turned off. They are disabled for a reason. Are they done? Okay, looks like they're all done. Which means I need to do some more here. Maybe a couch right here. And... yeah, just the center of the room that doesn't have as much decoration. Oh, right, I have rugs. Derp.
IB rug.
Well, yes, Pikachu's is right there.
Well played. Let's see how those do for it. Much better. Still not quite. Oh, I could have... I put a bearskin rug right there. Or bear rug.
Stop. There. Hey, it's easy work. I get paid to lay around.
Wait, somebody signed you on for money?
Yeah. Well, it's like the polar bear rug of the Addams family. You know, you get paid to lay around, guard the library, occasionally bite people in the butt. You know, good work.
Alright, that'll have to do. Let's enable that. That's about all I can do in there, without just completely littering the floor with rugs and such. But the new bar is set up and ready to go.
Does the bar serve Mr. Pibb?
No. It serves proper root beer.
What about Wink or Fresca? Or Tab?
You got Coca-Cola, Dr.
So
Pepper, and root beer.
My favorite root beer is A&W.
Yes.
Which is convenient because that's also Dr. Pepper. I really wish I liked Barks because then, I mean, you know, bark. But it just doesn't do it for me.
Barks used to be much better when they first came out. Then they gelded the recipe and it just went right to the crapper.
And Mug is okay, I guess. It's just A&W is just so much better for me.
Yeah. Mug is like A&W on a bad day. I mean, at that point, you might as well just get A&W. I mean, you're paying the same price.
Yeah. A&W is like, it's almost as good as a craft root beer. Like, obviously, getting a proper craft root beer is just going to be much better, but A&W is like, it's close enough. You're going to feel okay with that. A Mug and Barks just...
Barks lost its way many, many years ago, and Mug never got there. It's like they stole a bad copy of A&W, and they just never bothered to change it.
I also really love, like, I actually prefer cream soda over root beer, but it's so rare for me to find the zero sugar cream sodas, so I don't drink it very often. Plus, there's a problem with A&W's cream soda, which is that the fizz is gone, like, almost instantly. You've got to chug it or it's flat.
Not too many of them sell the frosted mugs anymore either, or even use them. It's like, oh, we only sell this variety. That's not a large. That's a medium. You're calling a large. Like, feh. I mean, I found a craft root beer that's really nice, but manufacturers out in BC, and you got to go to 7-Eleven and hope that they haven't been sold out. The strawberry cream I've had, which is fantastic. The orange creamsicle smelled fantastic, but my friends were drinking that, so I just had my strawberry one. I'm hoping to actually get a cases for the convention, or even some sort of, working deal with them to get some product out here in time for the con.
Was there a specific movie you were thinking, Zim?
No, maybe Toy Story 4, because we never did watch that.
More SAOA?
Possibly.
I'm gonna jump out here. I'm starting to get the yawnies, so I don't want to drag it down.
Sleep well.
Oh, well, I won't be going to bed for a bit, but it's like I'm starting to get the yawnies, and I don't need to be yawning while you guys are chatting, or God forbid, the movie. But thanks for having me on.
Hey, thanks for joining.
Oh, thank you kindly. Raijin's cute. Keep Zib safe.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Bye-bye.
Ha ba ba ba.
So I've got to get Ido and Giemond a talkie icon like this one. Probably get
Ba-ba-ba?
one for Rex too. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Ha ba ba.
I like how that's just the canon of what this talkie is here in this stream. Because the truth is, I shamelessly stole this idea of an emote that I saw.
I believe it. Alright, we're not going to be able to open
That's a
it.
good point, Kieran. That might be... Sorry.
I was just going to say, we're not going to be able to open the roulette and all these other ones for a bit, but eventually we can open those. For now, we have slots.
Yeah, Kieran, that might be what the emote is actually referring to, and I just never made the connection.
Alright, let's get this wrapped up. Ah, there we go. So thank you everybody for joining us on the stream today. That was Hotel Architect as well as an Art Marten stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to help out the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, grabbing packs of cards through Stream Loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or commissioning one of the artists that I manage for. Their details are at zgf.art. But for now, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Duke Duke.